to give you my heart.
There's just some things that shouldn't be forgiven and just can't be forgiven. Some things that I don't feel like I got justice for, and I'm sure there's many people in the world like that. And there's just people out here who not only are hurting me as a friend, but hurting a lot of people all around them. Even hurting their own kids, like, because of their own trauma and their own just deprecating ways. Like, they don't even notice the patterns. Like, I tried to help watch my friend's daughter for a while. I watched her for 1.5 years for free. I bought her clothes that would fit her, and I bought food for her. She was wearing clothes that were so tight on her, they just didn't fit. And after I had a lot of drama with Alicia's sister, Megan, I just didn't want to be involved anymore. I couldn't help because the situation that she did to me was so horrendous, and I stopped watching all the kids there for a while. And when I stopped watching the kids, Daniel went home, and Daniel had climbed up into the closet and I guess got a hold of his grandpa's gun, and he always played with toys, guns and stuff. He was a very boyish young boy. He loved tools. He loved, manly things. And they say that he climbed up on top of his chair. His sister went to pull him down by his legs. His sister's only a few years older than him, and the gun just went off, and he fell down, and obviously the whole situation was traumatizing. It was just traumatizing to hear. He was rushed to the hospital, but he wasn't responsive, so that's when they made the decision to pull the plug. And it was just so incredibly hard and painful, and I just never wanted to go through witnessing a child hurt in a situation like that. And I'm not saying it was the mother's fault at all. I feel horrible for not watching their kid around the time I was going through so much depression and anxiety through these people that had hurt me. And it just hurts so bad. I live with guilt on a daily basis. And just witnessing just so many traumatic things happening all in one short period of time. I definitely had a mental breakdown. I literally couldn't handle it. Everything was just falling down on top of me and all around me, and it was just horrifying. And having to explain to the other little girl I was babysitting with, Daniel, that her best friend had passed away. It was just too much for me to have to process. And I know it was hard on her. It was hard on me, and just knowing everything I knew about how it happened and seeing him right before they pulled the plug on him, it was just, you just never want to see somebody like that, especially a child. He was a young boy, and it just was heartbreaking. I don't know, and in some weird way, I know he's okay. I had a weird sign after he had passed to let me know that he was okay. And I took that as a sign from God. And I don't want any more kids to be hurt. Like, if I'm gonna see something, I'm gonna have to stand up and I'm just gonna have to say something, because this was so traumatic and just so much. And this family tried to tear me apart, deprecate me, lie on my name, try to create a narrative about me that wasn't true, try to break me down as a person. When I was like taking care of their kid, and then when I stopped watching Alicia's kid, she started having the just scummiest boyfriends, horrible dudes, to play daddy for her kid. And it was aggravating to watch, because she just didn't have patience for Judy. She just didn't have patience for her kid. She was aggravated quite easily with her, annoyed with her, wasn't patient with her. And it just seemed to be this unfolding pattern where she was dating these dudes who had a family member that was like a registered offender. And it didn't just happen once or twice. It happened multiple times. And to me, it's just shady. It's weird. So I found out, it wasn't long after all that stuff that happened with Ethan. And it was right after all that stuff happened with Ethan. And I found out that Daniel had went home. For about 2 to 3 weeks before I had to stop watching him, I fell into a really deep depression that I just couldn't seem to get out of. Alicia was having these dudes play daddy for her kid. I didn't see Judy anymore. Daniel was gone. Ethan was gone. My friends betrayed me, set me up to look a certain type of way. And then I got a call, and I had found out that Daniel had climbed up in the closet on his chair, and his sister, who's not much older than him, Daniel was 2, his sister was like, I don't know, I think 7, and she went to go pull him down because he was climbing up in the closet. He was a very hyper boy. He was autistic. He would climb up and just, you had to really watch him because he could get in dangerous situations. And I just feel so guilty for not being able to watch him. Beforehand, I fell into this depression after everything they'd done to me. And I can't help but to feel guilty for it. I can't help but to feel like in some way I played a part in the death. I don't know. And I know people tell me it's not my fault, and I understand what they're saying, but at the same time, he climbed up in a closet, grabbed a hold of a gun. He thought it was a toy gun, and the sister went to go try to pull him by the leg down, and the gun went off, shot him right in the face, from the eye, took off the top of the head, like the scalp area, and forehead. It shot directly up from his eye. And just witnessing, before, he passed away, what he looked like in the hospital beforehand, you just don't ever want to see anyone like that, especially a child. It's traumatizing, and I just don't know if I'm ever going to be the same after all of this. And nobody was there for me. I had to deal with this all on my own. I tried talking to the father of, this person, and they're an officer, and they don't want to try to help their own kid. They don't want to get them help. They don't want to do anything that it requires for things to actually change. He just hopes that this shit all disappears, I guess. I don't know. I guess he thinks that people just wake up one day and are healthy and normal and not abusive. I don't know. I definitely just want to stay away from the Berry family. And I just want to stay away from everyone that's ever hurt me. Because I don't want to be around people that hurt me. I want to be around people that lift me up. And as much as I want to save everyone, I have to realize I can't. I can't save everyone. Thank God every night that your child is still alive, and appreciate them while you have them.